What's up, everyone? I am Lala Ziemski, and I am joined today by...
Hey there, Stan Ponte.
This is Flavors of New York, and today we are checking out a place called Steak Frites on 9th Ave.
Delicious things coming, can't wait.
So this is our hanger steak. We sell a lot of these. This is the main steak that we sell for our steak frites. We do have 4 different cuts that we use. We have a New York strip bone-in. We have a hanger steak. We have a rib steak that we call Côte de Boeuf, and we have a 20-ounce Chateaubriand. And so this is pretty much our go-to steak. We sell many of these a night. It's a hanger steak. They're cut down into nice pieces. We chose this particular steak due to its coarse texture, its beefy flavor, and its access and price point. So we're able to charge a pretty reasonable price for a big hunk of meat that's got very little fat. The fat it does has our striation that runs through it. And so the way that we cook all of our steaks here, we have a really hot broiler, one you'd see in like a steakhouse, and we just do a nice temper on the meat. We pull it a couple minutes before it goes in so the proteins don't seize up, and cooks real nice. We'll liberally coat this with kosher salt, some black pepper, and then we use some garlic, brown butter, thyme, and we just kind of coat that up with that butter. And so that kind of creates an exterior crust that our guest seems to like. We'll season the bottom side of that. Butter it up. So we have a nice hot broiler. This gets to about 900 degrees or so at its highest. You can see it goes right on there. The sizzle. So at this point, we're going to pull it off, let it hit the side. And this is just going to rest here. The second part of the restaurant, steak frite. Here's our frites. We've been getting a lot of attention for serving skinny, hot, crispy French fries. And so we hope we can deliver on that promise. I know French fries, when they come out incorrect, can be a big letdown. We don't do it perfect all the time, but we sure try to. They're thin and crispy and salty. They're our fries. The steaks had about like 5 minutes to sit and, as they say, rest. So we're gonna put it once back more again just to get it nice and hot, so then when our guests receive this, nice and hot. Just have a little bit of nice, cold, crispy, crunchy watercress. Provides a nice contrast in between bites. It's got a pepperiness to it. Kind of lets you go back and get another bright piece of the steak. So this steak is good to serve now. We're going to go ahead and get this on here. But of course, one more application of the brown butter with the garlic and thyme. This steak's gonna go right about here. French fries go here. And then we have our maitre d' butter, very typical preparation for a steak. It's salty butter with lemon and shallots, a little bit of garlic, fine herbs. And we're just gonna put a pretty liberal bit of butter on there. So what happens is as you cut into it, as those steak juices kind of come out, it mixes with the butter and it makes almost a kind of a great dipping sauce for the fries, we think here. So this is steak frites, version 1 of 4. This is the onglet steak or hanger steak.
Hello, Chef.
Hey, how are you? Adam
Nice to meet you. I'm Lala.
Hey,
Hi,
Chef.
Lala.
Stan.
Stan, great to see you.
Hey,
Welcome
great.
to Steak Frite.
So you are the chef, however, you are also the owner, correct?
Yes, I'm the chef, proprietor of this small little 68-seat restaurant. So We have some stuff ready for you if you'd like to come sit down.
You know what? I love walking into a restaurant and there's already food on the table. So thank you for that.
What better way than to feed people when they come
love
into
it.
your place?
This place is super cozy and cute. Very French bistro.
I can't believe it's only 2 months old because it feels so homey and like it's been here for so long.
That's because we kept all the old stuff and just painted it.
You
So,
did?
yeah.
Oh, it was-
yeah.
That was smart.
We took all of the furniture that was salvageable. We took a lot of the light fixtures. We took whatever we didn't have to buy again, and we just took it off site. We have some really talented craftsmen that were able to refurnish everything, refurbish, as you said. So it's kind of like an amalgamation of like what was here, what we found on the side of the street, and Amazon. So it's kind of
Is that original? The ceiling?
that was the only thing that was not really touched in this entire restaurant was the ceiling. It's the ceiling that existed before us. Everything else from the four walls and the floor we redid completely.
Feels super authentic,
It
right?
does.
Just this great, like, we're ready for steak.
I'm ready
Steak
for
free,
pate.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Pate?
Shall we?
Okay.
Look at that compound
Ooh,
butter.
in comes the
Yes,
butter.
Maître d'Hôtel.
We're in the right place.
Oh, so excited. That is plenty. I woke up feeling a little sniffly, so I feel like a red is going to make me a little congested, but I will.
Oh, I don't care what else you have.
What are we drinking?
This is a Syrah.
Okay.
2016.
Is it from France?
It is. All the wine is French and natural leaning. Right, bistro. That's where
Thank you.
I love a Syrah first thing in the morning.
It's good with tartare and liver.
Absolutely it is.
So the bread that we use is baked fresh daily by C&B Cafe. Big shout out to Chef Ali. We have our baguette made from pouliche. We have a miche bread. So this is our country bread, and all of our guests, I hope they know how lucky they are to be able to participate in Chef Ali's bread.
We're here with chef and owner Adam Shop. Hello.
Hi everyone. Hi Lala.
Thank you so much for having us, and I'm so stoked to eat this food. We're obviously going to go through it. Do you want, before we ask you all the hard-hitting questions, do you want to tell us about what we have in front of us?
Yeah, these are some classic bistro dishes that we like to turn out here at Steak Frites. This first one is our hand-cut beef tartare. It's dressed with a little bit of shallots and lemon juice, olive oil, a little bit of chili. Super yummy, really clean. I think that it tastes exactly like a good version of steak tartare.
May
Lots
I
of
also-
cornichons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May I also mention that your knife work on those chives is...
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
they're so small.
sloppy chives. You know, like if you can't cut chives right, can you do anything
Beautiful.
right? Really?
I don't know. Do you ever cut a chive stand?
Luckily, I don't have to cut the chives.
Yeah,
That's
you
chef
just
here.
get and now you know better, so
I'm just
you
gonna
can be
eat the
like,
chives.
these chives are sloppy.
And what about this hunk of beautifulness? We've got some pate.
Yeah, this is our pate campagna. It's our country pate. We make it with ducks and duck liver, foie gras. We use pork, and it's seasoned with a little bit of cognac, and that's just cooked real softly, and then we let it set, we slice it up, and it's served with a cassis mustard and some toasted country bread.
Oh yes. And then finally the classic.
The classic steak frites. We offer 4 different cuts here. This is our onglet or hanger steak. It's kind of got a reputation for being a great cut for steak frites. It chars up nice. It has a real firm texture to it. It's real beefy.
It's beautiful. It has great char on it. It has that lovely maitre d', that compound butter, that maitre d' butter. What's in that? Some parsley,
we use a high-fat butter, 83% butter. It's got some crunchy sea salt in it, minced raw shallots, chives, tarragon, a little bit of lemon zest. It's kind of only part of the equation. It's like as it melts and you cut into the steak, the juices that kind of bleed out, it kind of mixes, emulsifies onto that plate. You dip the fries on, and it's almost like a secondary sauce for mopping up all the juices.
All right, I'm going to dive into this pate. Now, can you help me with exactly what's in this pate so I know it a little bit better?
Sure.
I love these cornichons, beautiful.
Sure. So in this recipe, it's a country pate. We use ducks. We use all the meat from the duck. We use the breast, the leg, and the thigh. We use the livers. We also buy some fat and liver, foie gras, that goes into the pate. It has lean pork meat and fat back. So basically, there should be a good ratio of lean meat to kind of fatty meat, and as it cooks, the foie gras kind of breaks, and then when it chills, so it should be a pretty tasty bite.
It's got like a smooth finish, so there's not so much fat that it's still on my tongue. It kind of just really melted away. It was delicious.
That's great.
Really
And
good.
there is liver in there, but we think that we have a nice ratio where it's not too livery, it's just the right amount of liver.
It is perfect. Like he said, it's so smooth. It does just melt in your mouth. The cornichon on top, it's like the perfect bit in this bread.
Did you get the mustard?
I got the
Okay, because
mustard.
you should have the mustard for the perfect bite. If you appreciate mustard, because it's a pretty spicy
I have to
mustard.
have the perfect bite. This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, this on top for the perfect bite.
And we're drinking a little Syrah with it, right? So
Yeah, we should like to mention that our wine list
Cheers.
is
Cheers.
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 Like
That
to-
is really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Wow.
So your wine list leans French and natural, correct?
It's 100% French and natural leaning. So basically, all of the wine selections that we have are either biodynamic, practicing, or natural. So yeah.
All right, so now let's get into this tartare. Join me, Stan.
Ladies first on the
Oh,
tartare.
you're so
Always.
kind.
Always.
So kind.
Dive in.
Dive in.
Now, chef, how do we get the perfect bite here? A little tartare.
Crunchy bread, yeah.
Yeah.
The toasted grilled bread
Yeah.
with a nice liberal bite,
Yeah, you
radish,
got it.
piece of watercress,
Okay. Radish too.
pickle finish.
Okay. On it. On it. Okay. Mmm.
There's so much flavor in this meat. The seasoning is spot on.
Aw.
It's just, yeah, I mean, how do I just say everything is
You
just
should be a
perfect?
chef when you grow up.
When I grow up, I'm still waiting to grow up, so we'll be waiting around a long time for that day.
How did you become interested in the restaurant, or how did you come to the restaurant industry?
I think it was, well, no, I don't think I know exactly how it happened. I didn't find myself, thinking that I was going to be working in hospitality. I was going to a community college in Nowheresville, and I just took a job at a restaurant, a pretty mediocre restaurant, and I did okay at it, and it was fun work, and I went through college a little bit, not long at all, and then I left, moved to New York City, and then started working in kitchens, and so it was one of those things where it was less complicated for me to get a job, and so as I was able to kind of progress and get better at the job itself, I think I just kept going back to it, and then I moved back to Phoenix, Arizona in '95, and basically I got a job in a restaurant that was pretty serious, and the team was serious about cooking, about leading in a professional manner, and so that was like my first kind of go around, and that was in '95, and since then I've been pursuing cooking and running restaurants. Since then I've been cooking French food. I opened a French bistro in Scottsdale, Arizona in 2002, and was there for a bunch of years. And then I opened another restaurant in Washington, D.C. that was a French bistro, a lot bigger.
Amazing.
And that restaurant was called Le Diplomat, which was a pretty big restaurant. And from there, the last 10 years I've been in New York City running a restaurant group called Miss Lily's. And then as soon as this location was we were made available, my partner and I knew that we were going to open a French bistro. We'd been talking about it for a long time, and the neighborhood here in Hell's Kitchen, this particular stretch of 9th Avenue, felt that it was well on its way in the neighborhood's transition to a more to a newer influx of residents, and so you can't the glass towers are unignorable, and the people who have lived here for multiple generations, you can hear them say how the neighborhood is moving, and we thought that we would be able to be here for that transition and be here for another generation to come.
And I do have to say, I love Miss Lily's, which is Jamaican food.
Caribbean
we
restaurant.
gotta go there as well. Yes, the Caribbean restaurant.
That's right,
The
yeah.
rum drinks. Oh my God, it's so good. But you never went to culinary school, just self-taught?
I wouldn't say that. I went to culinary school for
Okay.
a little bit. It was a long time ago. You try paying those bills.
Yeah, seriously.
And so we never finished, but we attempted.
And the inspiration for French, what brought you to French food?
I think
To
that
the bistro idea.
I think that's for this time around. It was the cuisine really is self-explanatory, and it's really not about the chef working here. It's not about me being the chef. It's about the restaurant, I think, being responsible enough to turn out food that represents the version of itself. And so it's not really about who's the chef. It's really about, can you get a good bowl of French onion soup? You know, is there a delicious pate, or is the steak tartare right? You know, it's not trying to make the best steak tartare you ever had. This is our version. We think it's pretty good. We hope you guys love it too. This is one of my favorite.
Ah, there's more.
Yeah, this is just like one of my favorite dishes to serve. It's just a very humble bowl of onion soup gratinée. It's, you know, a simple broth, onions cooked a really long time, and some butter and salt, some sherry wine, and that's really about it.
Topped
And,
with
like,
Gruyere cheese.
topped with too much cheese and a little, topped with too much cheese and gratin. So you have to kind of like pick at the edges, and people seem to not have a problem with that.
I don't know if there's a thing, Stan, as like too much cheese. What do you think?
All I know is my grandmother, I hope you guys don't mind, she would take her fingers just like this and start here with that cheese.
Oh, smart woman.
Same grandmother, maybe, I don't know.
So good. Yeah.
You want 23andMe?
Yeah, exactly. 98% Neanderthal.
Cousin!
I'm following in her footsteps because those crispy bits are the best part.
The wobbly bits and the crispy bits are the best bits.
Let's
So
get in
good.
there. Look at that. Oh.
My cheese. Wait, I'm using my fingers the whole time. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Don't burn your mouth.
Delicious.
All right. I've burned the roof of my mouth on French onion soup many a time, and honestly, I don't mind. Dude, if there's a better thing than cooked down onions and cheese, then
There's no
there
better.
probably is no better thing.
And
Well-
it's the sherry, right? It's the sherry that.
The sherry it gives it a little bit of sweetness
No.
and a little bit of acid to kind of make it a little bit bigger tasting than it kind of started off.
Really good.
And you got that crouton on top that's soaking up all of the soup and the onions. Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, how long does an onion soup like this? So you're cooking it down. Is this like the day before? Is it that morning? Is this 2 days before? How do you keep that?
We cook the onion soup every day for the same day, and then some will carry over. It's just easy to make it. You start with onions and cook it. It's really an easy, long taking process is all.
And what's the cheese secret? It's Gruyere.
We use grated Gruyere and a little bit of Parmesan, and the Parmesan, as it kind of like melts in the broiler, it gets really kind of crunchy. So it has like this satisfying chew to it. So it's not just squishy; it's like squishy with a little bit of like crunchy to it. So
It's dreamy.
hopefully.
Absolutely dreamy. But we have your signature dish, the dish that the restaurant is named for.
The namesake.
The steak frites. So should we get into that?
I definitely agree. I would recommend dumping the fries in the plate so that it all kind of goes together.
Don't have to tell me twice. May I cut you a piece, darling?
Please. So while Lala does the carving there, I sort of wanted to ask you what your experience has been sort of coming out of COVID. You know, I came and spied on the restaurant, had dinner here over the weekend. Your restaurant was packed, but not just your restaurant was packed, 9th Avenue was packed. And I know from the real estate side, we've really seen New Yorkers in this kind of renaissance mode. Everybody's back. Are you experiencing that?
I think that me personally, you know, we feel that New York is back, and we see a lot of people on the street. There's a lot of people. It's not the first, second, or third topic of the conversation. People There are vigilant people that are still kind of living in a post-COVID world.
Yeah.
But there's probably more folks than not that seem to have put it behind them in the sense of not letting it get in the way of their entertainment.
Yeah.
And so, as a restaurant being here on 9th Avenue, we're happy to support all the people that want to come in, whether they're still vigilant or if they're ready to move on.
This is cooked perfectly. I mean, look at this. You've got perfect medium rare. Want to pass me your plate? And I'll pass you a few slices.
All right.
I'm telling you, you're missing your calling not being a chef. That's all I can say.
Well, I still have to grow up, as we discussed
That's right.
earlier. So
Grow up, become chef.
I might do something important.
Again, the seasoning is spot on. Don't say this is important. You are feeding us. That's very important.
Right.
You're bringing,
That's a big deal in this one little zone.
You're
Yeah.
bringing beautiful restaurants like this to the city.
That's
is
right.
important.
Yeah.
But the steak is also very important, and it's seasoned perfectly. I love the finishing salt on top. The compound butter is, and all those herbs. Yeah. So good.
Okay, I'm diving in for a French fry.
In there.
You just took one. You gotta get
More.
like the
More
bunch.
good.
Yeah. You increase the
Oh, this
crunch.
is like a double fried French fry. So what are you doing with these French fries? That's good.
These French fries are just single fried, just crispy fries.
There's some secret going on.
No magic.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
There might be some voodoo in there. You're not
No
feeling it,
voodoo.
but-
Just crispy, skinny French fries.
All right.
Trust me.
Sounds like we're not getting the secret of the French
There's
fries.
no
so
secret.
That's that.
The perfect pairing: steak and frites, steak frites, and Syrah. I mean,
And Syrah.
yeah.
And Syrah.
All right, I'll drink to that.
I'll keep eating.
Dessert.
Oh my lord! Ooh, a classic. We get a little creme brulee, huh?
Yeah, we're kind of right inside the box with the classic vanilla bean creme brulee, down to nice crunchy top on it.
Let me pass
I
off.
urge you guys to dig in.
Thank you.
Will you join us, Chef?
Sure. You could do the inaugural crack.
Let's do it together, shall we?
Okay, ready?
Okay, ready?
Wait,
Yes, all of us.
1,
on 3?
Yep.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The crack that the world heard.
Burnt sugar. That's
World
my.
peace begins with dessert. Oh, chef, you just got that right. Well, you're wearing an apron, so
Oh,
I guess
no.
it doesn't matter.
It must be good. I want to wear it.
That's delicious. Love the burnt sugar. It's good enough to wear. You know.
Good enough to wear.
I'm getting a raspberry.
Oh, good.
See, that's why I can't be a chef. I'm not clean enough.
Listen, someday, when you grow up, you'll be a chef. You'll own restaurants. People will come and interview you on television. It's all going to work out. I see it all.
Until then, there's always French fries and crunchy creme brulee.
I mean, the French truly know what's up. They know that onions and cheese is the perfect pairing. They know that steak and frites is the perfect pairing. Burnt sugar and custard is the perfect pairing.
And grapes.
And great. Thank you for having us.
Oh my gosh, thank you
Viva
for
la
coming
France
through.
and best of luck with Steak Frite. Only open 2 months. Place is packed. Amazing.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Such a beautiful homey space. Such good food. You're so hospitable.
Aw,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Come back soon. Come back often.
Absolutely.
will.
You want to sign yourself off?
Can I have more wine?
Dan wants more wine.
Well, that could be arranged.
But look at that. You
Yeah.
ask and you shall
I-
receive.
Love it.
Wine appeared on the table. This is Flavors of New York. This is Stan.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Lala. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
See you next time, guys.